We are going to start by identifying the parts of a circle, taking a look at this circle with center O, like this. This circle, we have got a chord. A chord is a line from the circumference to circumference without passing through the center, like this one, which I am drawing. This one is called a chord. And again, this one is also a chord, as well as this one from circumference to circumference, but not passing through the center. It is called a chord. Diameter. Diameter is a line from circumference to circumference through the center. So this one is a diameter which passes through the center. Radius is any line from the circumference to the center of the circle. Like this. This one is a radius. Again, this one is also a radius, as well as this one from circumference to center. So this is radius 1, radius 2, radius 3, radius 4. So the relationship between diameter and radius, diameter is equal to 2 times radius. Arc is a part of the circumference, like this one. This one is part of the circumference, so it is an arc. Segment is the area between a chord and an arc, so this one is a segment. Sector is an area enclosed between two radii and an arc. Taking these two radii will produce a sector, so this one is a sector. Circumference, it is the distance right round a circle. Taking a look at this circle, this whole distance right round this circle produces what we call circumference, which is the topic of today. So let us move on to the next concept, where I'm going to explain the value of pi. Pi is the ratio between circumference and diameter. Taking a look at this circle with center O and its diameter. Circumference, the ratio, simply circumference over diameter, will give us a certain value. That is the length of this diameter. If you stretch it on along the margin of the circle, it goes into the circle 1, 2, and 3, remainder a certain fraction which has been calculated experimentally to produce 3 and 1 over 7 as a mixed number, which is equals to 22 over 7 as an improper fraction. This value is true for any circle, whether small or large. Take a look at this smaller circle. Its length of its diameter will also produce the same result by going into the circumference of the circle 1, 2, as well as 3. Remember this whole fraction. So the value is constant, which is 3 and 1 over 7, which is the same as 22 over 7, which is represented by this constant, which is pi. And now we want to make circumference the subject of the formula. We multiply by diameter both sides, and we divide diameter into diameter, and we remain with circumference is equal to pi times diameter. But remember, diameter is equals to 2 times radius. So we can replace d by saying circumference equals to pi times 2r. But we have to multiply to rewrite it as circumference is equals to 2 pi r, like this. So these two formulas can be used interchangeably to calculate the circumference of circle depending on the question. If you are given a question which requires diameter, you have to use c is equals to pi d. The one which requires circumference, you have to use an appropriate formula. Example, find the circumference of a circle whose radius is equal to 21 centimeters. So we are going to use this formula, circumference is equal to 2 pi r, and substitute the values. C is equals to 2 times 22 over 7, which is the value of pi, times 21, which is the value of radius, all over 1, and then we divide. 7 into 7 gives us 1. Then 7 into 21, that's 3, and we produce 2 by 22 by 3, which is 132 centimeters, which is the circumference of that specific circle. Moving on to example 2, find the circumference of a circle whose diameter is equal to 14 meters. So we are going to use the formula C is equal to pi times D. So substituting the values, C, the value of pi is equal to 22 over 7 times diameter, which is 14 meters over 1. And then cancelling the common factor, 7 into 7, that's 1. Then 7 into 14 gives us 7 into 14, that's 2. Therefore, our value becomes 22 times 2, which gives us 44 meters. That is the circumference of this circle with the diameter 14 meters. Moving on to the next part of the question, example 3, find the radius of a circle whose circumference is 352 millimeters. So we are going to use the formula circumference is equal to 2 pi r. Our circumference is 352, so we are going to substitute for the value of c. 352 is equal to 2 pi r. Then we have to divide by 2 both sides. 2 into 2, 1. Then 2 into 2 there, that's 1. 2 into 3 gives us 1, remainder 1. Then 2 into 15, that gives us 7, remainder 1. 2 into 12 gives us 6 without a remainder. So here we have got to write the value of pi, which is 22 over 7 times radius over 1. Then now what we need to do is to remove 22 over 7. We remove by multiplying by its reciprocal or its inverse, which is 7 over 22 both sides. So this gives us 176 by 7 over 22 is equals to radius. Because this value and 22 will cancel, 7 and 7 will cancel, it gives us 1. So we will remain with r, our radius, is equal to, therefore, in this case, 22 into 22, that's 1. Then 22 into 176, that's 8. Therefore, r is equal to 8 by 7, which gives us 56 millimeters. So that is the value of the radius. So the radius of this circle is also 56 millimeters. Example 4. Example 4 reads, find the diameter of a circle whose circumference is 24.2 meters. So we are going to substitute the formula c is equals to pi d. But take a look here. C is equals to 2 pi r. We can't use this one because we need to use this one with the diameter to get the value directly. But it is also possible for us to use c is equals to 2 pi r, but you have to multiply by 2 at the end, because what to find it will be the radius. So using the direct formula, 24.2 is equals to 22 over 7 times d. 22 over 7, that is the value of pi. For us to remove it, we multiply by 7 over 22 both sides, like this. So this will actually give us 22 into 22, 1 into 22, 1, 77, 1, 77, 1, and we are remaining with the d. Diameter is equal to this value. So we have to multiply 7 by 24.2 over 22. Then dividing by the common factors, 22 into 22, that's 1. Then 22 into 24, that gives us 1, remainder 2. So that's 1 comma. Then 22 into 22, that's 1. So the value of d is equal to 7 times 1.1, which is equal to 7.7 meters. That is the value of the diameter directly. If you have used this formula, c is equal to 2 pi r, the value which you will get will be the value of radius. So you have to remember to multiply that value by 2. That was what I was saying previously. So the best method, just see the values which you are given and choose an appropriate formula for calculating the circumference or calculating whatever is required. Like in this case, we simply use c is equal to pi d for us to get the value of diameter directly, like this, to avoid making mistakes. Can you invite your friends to join Mugombi Online School? You can join by visiting our website, mugombionlineschool.com. For any assistance, you can contact the help desk, SMS, or call these numbers. Thank you.